silence from the market is data. It doesn't say anything about your worth. We're now on part 2 of fear, doubts, and uncertainties that coaches are having.
Yeah, and today we're going to touch more of the fears that coaches have after they've stopped hiding. So when they actually start to become visible.
Absolutely.
So, and it's going to follow the theme as it did last week, meaning that you're going to ask me the question. I haven't seen them. So let's dive straight into it.
Let's dive straight into them. The first one here is, what if I market myself and no one responds, comments, or buys?
Yeah, what if it happens? It's going to happen because marketing, it's a part of marketing. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't say anything about you. It means nothing.
Yeah.
It's not really the game. The game isn't to avoid anyone replying. The game is to stay consistent to a commitment to help people achieve a designed outcome that you've created. Stay committed to that and then be consistent with it in all different areas.
We hear it a lot with people who are just starting up. They do the first post they've done, like the first campaign ever, and no one responds to it. It's like, oh, but no one wants it. How do you even know?
How do you know that people saw it at all?
So there's so many reasons why you are not getting clients. Did anyone see it? Did they understand it? Was the market too small? The niche too small? Or they're narrow? Was it the right people? There can be 1,000 different things, reasons for why. But assuming immediately, well, it won't work, or my offer sucks, or no one wants anything I'm selling, or my avatar is not really ready to buy. You do not know until you've done it at least 100 times. So until you've done it 100 times, you're not even tested. A test means 100 times minimum. So a healthy mindset to have when you are going out there and market yourself is like, see it as test. Everything is a test. Everything is a test for you to get some insights. And no matter what answer you get, what response you get, it is not personal. Not the bad answers or no answers are not the good ones. It's not personal.
100%. And I would also like to say, connected to that if you condition your commitment to an immediate outcome or anything, if you can, it's a period. If you condition your commitment, you're not going to succeed.
Now, if you need to win 100 out of 100 times, like, no one does that.
Mostly in the beginning. So I'm trying this out. Like, I'm getting out there. I'm being brave. I'm doing a campaign, or I'm launching this thing. I'm speaking about this for the same time. If you condition that I do this, then I need an immediate response.
Yeah.
You don't have that approach to life in anything else. Don't have that to your business. So it's not going to work as efficient the first time as it will in the future. You can get a great response, but it's not because you were lucky. It's not because of that. It's because you've been someone that has built something that where when you speak, people listen. Now, here's what we want to look for. Where in your life would you act that way otherwise? I'm going to keep raising my child if and only if my child learns to walk in the first week. He or she eats all her vegetables every time until she's 18. We don't do that.
No.
Life doesn't happen that way. So stop believing or putting a condition to your business that your business needs to produce, or even worse. Don't condition other people to behave the way you want them to, and change those expectations for some appreciation instead.
Yeah.
Appreciate what you're doing, the consistent steps that you're taking, and I promise you that the results will follow as long as you're doing the right things, committed to helping people.
Yeah, we can move on with that. So next question is, how do I stop over-delivering and draining my energy for low-paying clients?
First of all, don't have low-paying clients. Second of all, always over-deliver. But when it comes to over-deliver, it's more about over-delivering on the expectations that you've already created for the person that enters your program. So sell expectations in regards to the things that they've said that they want to have solved. Yeah. Don't sell your entire program. Don't sell anything and everything that you're going to touch or talk about. Sell the thing that they've said that they want. Give them what they want, and then also give them all the other steps that they didn't know that they need. Because that is what over-delivering does, and that's how you create raving fans. And you want raving fans. Now, the last part of this is to systematize your delivery. Sorry, please go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking, because what is typical when we start up is that we're afraid that it's not good enough what we're doing.
Yeah. So
That
it
is,
boils down to insecurity.
it comes down to insecurity. So you over deliver. I remember the first time I had my first 3 or 4 cohorts I had in my old niche. I was helping people with their personal finances, and I was afraid they wouldn't think it was valuable enough. So I just poured in material content, and they were so overwhelmed that they couldn't, like, they didn't have time to do the homework I gave them, because you need to remember your work is kind of small, because they also need to do the reflection and the homework. So we met once a week, and I gave them so much homework that they were completely exhausted because they didn't have time to do it. They had a life on the side as well.
Yeah.
I was fully in my business, but I forgot to remember that they have a job and family, and they need to do it in between.
Yeah,
So-
and you also forgot that you've done all of these things, and you didn't really appreciate how much of an effort,
Yeah,
how much an effort
it
was needed.
So when they were coming back, they were just overwhelmed, way behind, and people were starting to churn, like fall off, because they still hadn't done the homework from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they started feeling, hey, I'm not living up to be a great student in this course. I'm the bad one. So I made them feel bad because I was insecure about myself and just poured in. And we see it with so many coaches. When they start up, they put in too much.
Yeah.
And when we start upgrading the programs and add another, like a high ticket course or something, we normally extract
Yeah.
content because it's too much. And we just need to remember, it is for your sake of feeling that you trust yourself. Your students or your clients will always be in a process. They think about themselves. They don't look at you that way.
No.
They are in their own process.
Yes.
So it's more you taking care of your own ego than trying to show them how good you are or how much you know. But it's not helping them. Remember, they bought the course to get their results and their journey, not to see how good you are.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So building a group program or building a coaching process at all usually happens in 3 steps. The first step is we sell. The first thing we focus on, we get clients. We sell to a bunch of people. When we have a bunch of people going through our program, we build out the program 1 step ahead of the people participating.
Yeah.
That can be one-on-one, and it can be in groups. What we want to perceive our coaching business or our program as is a highway. And the highway has a start and it has an end.
Yeah.
The end is the outcome we promise our clients, and the starting point is whatever starting point the client has when they come in. And to that highway, there are borders, so that people are kept on the highway. It's a one-way street. It's not 2 ways, one way, and there are borders that keeps people on the path. When we're creating this in step 1, we plan next week. We fill the gaps. We take data from the people in the course. We measure and we come up with a plan. What's next week about? And then we do that for the entire continuum. Step number 2 is about testing the path for new participants. And when people are getting in, what we want to measure in that phase 2 is who is falling out of bounds, who's falling off the highway. And we want to highlight anyone that falls out. Then we bring them back in, and we realize when people are getting the same problem again and again and again, then we might consider to take that thing that they get a problem with, and we create a training. So we implement something that keeps them, so then we don't have to kind of bring them back all the time. In step 3, we clean out the process, so that we take out the excess, the stuff that are too much. And most people have an idea of what they deliver. So when they come to us, we usually take their programs and we clean them out and make them less, just as you said. That's how it works. It's the simplest way. So systematize your delivery.
What if I get clients and cannot actually help them to get results?
Why is it that you can't get them results? It's either because you don't have congruency and you're selling the wrong thing. That might be the case, but 99 times out of 100 it isn't. It is due to either something that you could look at from the perspective of what can I add and how can I support my clients better, which is accountability for sure. You could look towards how can I help my clients be more accountable. Too much of accountability builds pressure. Pressure builds tension. Tension might lead to churn. So it's usually not the grand finale or the solution anyway. But if we're looking at 95% of clients that don't get results, they don't get results due to lack of implementation. Yeah. So you want to follow up. That's the most important part.
Yeah, you actually need to realize what is the reason. Is it because of what you're giving? Because you're responsible for what you're giving.
Yeah.
But you're not responsible for how an adult person behave if they are doing. You need to make sure that they have the right task, they know what to do, how to do it.
And they do that.
You're not responsible for that. You are responsible for giving them a task to do it, but you're not responsible for them doing it.
No, but and they need to, that's my point. They need to do that to get the result. So you need to be able to follow up and see, are they actually implementing the things that you've said that they should implement?
So you need to understand what's within your control and what's outside your control.
Yeah, and you can be responsible toward your clients, but not for your clients.
No.
Because if you try to, you set yourself up to fail because you take away responsibility from individuals, which actually makes them incapable.
Yeah. So your responsibility is they need to know what to do, how to do it, and you need to have a clear task for them when to do it.
Yeah.
So that is, and you need to be there to help them if they have any questions. But if you are following up and you know that, well, we agreed that you should be doing that. So make sure when you give tasks that there's accountability. Give it back to me so I can see you made it.
Yeah.
Or you need to have some accountability, because one thing you will learn as a coach is that not all clients tell the truth. They will tell you they did it, and then you ask, okay, so show me what it looks like. Well, I didn't do it. Well, people will tell you that they did the work just to get off the accountability, but you always need to follow up. So let me see it, show it to me and do that, because then you'll see a lot of the times.
Yeah, here's a very practical example of what that could look like. So many times. So when we help coaches, a part of the sales happens in the conversations you're able to facilitate with people. And so many clients of ours have said stuff like, when we say, great, start more conversations.
Yeah.
And then we give them a number. That number, depending on level, could be everywhere from 20 to 300 in a week. It doesn't matter how many. But so many times they've said, yeah, I've done that. And then so great, let's take a look at those conversations. Yeah. And then we realized, okay, so you've sent an email.
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
One email, not having
to X amount of people. I've started 1,500 conversations this week. But okay, cool, let's take a look at them, because if they didn't lead anywhere, something's wrong. And then we realized, oh, you sent one email to 1,500 people and the email wasn't even good. When it comes to following up, make sure that they actually did the task you said that they should do.
Yeah, and have some accountability so you can actually check in on it. Because 9 out of 10 times, it is not the coach.
Nope. Let's go.
How do I handle the anxiety of uneven monthly income as a new coach?
So as a new coach, that's completely natural that we're getting some inconsistencies in the beginning.
Yeah.
How you handle the anxiety is looking at your KPIs and collecting the data. So because following KPIs and collecting data are the first steps to build predictability. Because when we have data, the only thing that builds predictability is data points. So we know that the probability of X happening will happen again, because I will implement this, and this, because the data indicates that when I do that, I get this outcome.
Yeah.
The inconsistency is a completely natural occurrence in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
it's not even a fear. It's real. You need to pay bills and money real. Yeah.
Yeah. But so what you need to do is to perceive that with, make sure that you save money
and cut down on expenses. And then I think a very important thing is most coaches are not making money because they're not doing money-making activities. You need to be consistent, and you need to be consistent at doing money-making activities. Activities that makes money is not building up your website. It's not filing on the logotype or looking at your brand colors. That is not money-making activities. That's wasting. This procrastination. You do not make money unless having conversations with leads. You need to make sure you always work on your pipeline. You're always in conversations with people. That's where you focus, you will have less and less problems. You will have a pipeline. You always have. So consistency is key.
Yeah.
Consistently working on your pipeline and your sales activities.
Great. Love it. Let's continue.
I think we're done.
Okay, nice. If you've liked this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in a new episode very, very soon. And if you know someone that might benefit from listening to either part 1 or part 2 of this podcast, send it to them. And we'll see you very soon again.
Yeah.